I hope this live stream is starting and I hope you can hear me. This is the first live stream ever, so I have to try some things out actually, and I want to try out if you can even hear me because I have a webcam in my laptop, which is not bad, and a webcam on an external webcam, which is a Microsoft webcam. So I will try both maybe. But when you can see me, please write a message. I have to figure out how this shit works. Really, I don't have that much experience, and we will talk about Olympia. Please put your questions in this all. We'll talk about all the active, athletes, things like that. Everything. Everything, but just put your questions in. And we can start. That way I know that we have quite some things to talk. Okay? And the webcam is at a certain point, and I have to get used to it. So just put your questions in. We will talk. I don't know if there are any guys online. I can't see it well. Just put your questions in. Like I said, we talk about the Olympia, all the competitors are qualified and will probably compete. So Kai Green is not included in this talk. Deniz Wolf is not included in this talk. For example, Ronnie Ruckel is not included because Ronnie Ruckel will do the 212 division. But of course, the reigning champ is included. Kevin Levrone is included. Cedric McMillan is included. Sean Roden is included. All the guys. And the first question ever on any live stream I did. Grass, shout out to you, bro. Could Big Ramy win the Mr. Olympia? I don't think so. But yeah, no, maybe I think so. The thing is, with Phil being the 5-time champion, there are big chances that they will give him the title if he shows like at least 90-95% of his best package. But if Big Ramy will do it all, will sharpen up, will show a crazy conditioning, and they will do the side-to-side posing and side-to-side check together with Phil Heath and all the other top athletes. Like I said, Big Ramy could place from 1 to 6. Everything is open for Big Ramy, I think. Just do some other questions. I'm pretty tired because I'm in Germany and here it is. It's almost midnight. It's 11:19. I don't know how to say it. So please, like I said, ask some question, write anything you want, considering the Olympia, considering the athletes, the placements, and this is a test stream. I have to check things up. I have to know how this all works. But of course, there will be more live streams on. It had a big announcement for that stream, so it's very spontaneously. But I hope it's still interesting for some of you. So Callum asked the first question, considering Ramy, I already answered it, and I'm glad to see some new question. Where's Kevin Levrone going to place? I mean, if I would know this question, I would probably do some bettings for money and would win it all. So I can't, nobody can say how Levrone will place because the contest isn't on yet. But I think for Kevin, it would be great if he would place in the top 10, because after being retired for 13 years and going into as a bodybuilder who was at his best for over 20 years ago, this would be great. This would be great. German question. I will read it out in German, but I will answer it in English, I think. Meinst du, Olympia 2016 wird Phil gegen Kevin sein? So the question is, if I think the 2016 Mr. Olympia will be Phil against Kevin Levrone, At the beginning, the marketing was that way, but when you go on the Olympia site right now, you will see that on the banner, on the billboard, on the left side there is Phil Heath, and on the right side there is not Kevin Levrone but Dexter Jackson. But I think, you know, for the marketing reasons and for the fans, Kevin Levrone plays a huge role in this contest. The next question of Kalum. Could Bruli Winkler crack the top 5? I do think so. He could. It's the question of conditioning. If he can bring it on, if they will bring it into shape, if he will have his gut under control and pose. He is big. He's pretty big. The only thing is his conditioning first and a little bit of his legs. A lot of people say he has already great legs, but I think, you know, considering his great upper body, his amazing upper body, his legs could go up a little bit. Next question is, do you think it is possible for Phil to mess it up? Yeah, I really think so. I think that Phil is right now maybe under the biggest pressure in his whole career, because the last years he didn't had that big of competition. Last year, for example, Kai Green wasn't even competing, so that was, you know, that was like a little win for him already, because the biggest competitor next to Phil Heath wasn't even at the show. But I think this year everybody tries to be at the best shape of their life. Of course, how it will end we will see at the contest, but I really think that Phil could mess up, like Jay Cutler, for example, in 2.8, where Dexter won the title. And Dexter Jackson is an athlete that is shining the brightest when the top guys are not in the best shape. So I already had 5 questions. I hope I will get a little more questions. And when I get more questions, the talk will continue. If I see that there are no more questions, I will end it all, I think. And like I said, this is a test live stream. There will be many more, okay? So continue. I even, you know, my laptop is at the right side. The webcam is at the left side, because I did it very, very spontaneously. I wanted to sleep, actually. But I thought myself, fuck it, man. I want to try it. Show us your gains. I will show the gains. Right now, I'm on a certain kind of transformation. So when you follow me on Instagram at Deniz Lifestyle, in a couple of weeks, maybe Sunday, I will put a 8 weeks transformation picture on. It will be good. It will be old school physique. So check the site, check the page, follow it, or look it up Sunday, and in the next week there will be more to come. Do you think Dennis Wolf could be at the Mr. Olympia? Yes. I think that Dennis Wolf at least wants to be at the Mr. Olympia. Of course, if he really will be at the Mr. Olympia, we won't know until the show is on, or maybe, let's say, a week prior to the contest or 2 weeks prior to the contest, the final statement will be on. Or maybe, I think he for sure signed the contract, because he signed it a long time ago. He is injured. He has an official excuse. He could do that. Maybe he will shock us all, will not say anything, and will just compete at the day of the contest. Or maybe he will compete in Germany at the Mr. Olympia Europe. Or maybe he won't compete at all because of his injury. I think for Dennis, I would look that the health is on the right spot, and then I would think about competing. So, any more questions? I hope there are more questions coming up. I'm pretty tired, man. Hey, bro, I salute you for your work. Thank you, Dashamir. Thank you, man. Where are you from? I hear the name for the first time. But thank you, of course. Next time I will maybe try the webcam, which is already in the laptop, but right now I have an extra webcam I bought only for the live streams. Who do you think has the best genetics of all time? The best genetics of all time. I think there are some guys. I think there is not only one guy. Maybe Ronnie Coleman, Kevin Levrone, Flex Wheeler. Maybe you can't tell it because a guy like Flex Wheeler didn't went under the pressure Ronnie Coleman went, but Ronnie Coleman got his karma back for all the things he did in his career to be the best athlete for 8 consecutive years. So we don't know what the athletes really did. Maybe we know it training-wise, nutrition-wise, but we don't know it juice and creatine-wise. So maybe we should see the natural pictures of them and then compare. But Ronnie looked great natural. Next question: who do you think stand the greatest chance of beating Phil? The greatest chance for beating Phil is relatively unsure, but for example, Dexter Jackson already is a guy that won the Mr. Olympia in 2008. Last year got second. So when you just look at the stats, Dexter Jackson is probably the guy, but also guys like Sean Roden, Big Ramy, McMillan. Yeah. Deniz is doing Levrone style. I think he's trying to do it, but if he can do it, I don't know. I wouldn't put that big of a pressure if I would be Deniz, because he is still, he has still some years. Ronnie abused drugs more than other. You can see the effects now. We don't know if he really abused it more than others, but combined with the hardcore training he did, and he was going beyond belief, he was pushing more weight than his body could handle. Maybe his body didn't get the rest, for example, Kevin Levrone got, because Kevin Levrone was training hardcore too, but he rested after the Olympia, like 6 months he rested. So his body was very, very refreshed when he got into the preparation again. So let's see if we have some other questions. Deniz, who do you think has the greatest chances to win 2017? Actually, I think the best way to give you the answer is to look at the Mr. Olympia 2016 when it's on. You don't know, but maybe guys like, a lot of people forget guys like Justin Compton. I don't think that Dallas McCarver has a chance in the near future because he is very big, but he doesn't have that quality muscle. And for example, it's back. And so being the biggest is not always being the best. When it would be that way, guys like Greg Kovac would be 10 times Mr. Olympia, but they never came near to that. Last year, Dallas got 13th. In what direction would you like bodybuilding to go? I think Kevin Levrone 1992 is the right direction. Because when I would say the 70s bodybuilders, because I like old school, personally, I do like old school bodybuilding, it would be the change would be too crazy, going from 270 bodybuilders to 170 bodybuilders, at the same height. The change would be too crazy. But going more and more to the 90s bodybuilders, early 90s bodybuilders, like Kevin Levrone, would be great, I think. Or Flex 1993, exactly. Yeah, Flex Wheeler too. Or Sean Ray, guys like that. Yes, and now I have to drink a little water. Somebody out from Germany? When yes, he will probably know this water. So you can follow me on Instagram too at Deniz Lifestyle, because when I see that there are some guys out there on Instagram, I will make announcements there too. Tired? Yeah, bro, I'm tired. I'm tired. Fuck it, man. Let's continue. If you have some questions left, please ask them. We can talk about other athletes besides Phil Heath. What do you think about Kai Green? I the decision that he didn't compete at last year's Mr. Olympia. and probably this year's Mr. Olympia too. Or what do you think? There is a lot of work to do, man. Louis Marco uploaded a video 30 minutes long. Crazy. 30 minutes long. I think right now I'm not at the level that I could do a 30 minutes long video and everybody would watch it. I don't know. A lot of people are saying to me that I should do more videos that are 3 to 4 minutes to establish myself a little bit. But what do you think? And he didn't even take a break. You are my new Louis Marco. Really, I just watched you and him. Jimi Hendrix. Thank you, man. This is really motivating for me. This is really, really motivating. I like that. Who's the best prospect? What do you mean by prospect? I think I need a dictionary. I have a dictionary somewhere in the room. But I do know a lot of English. But when you talk without, scripted things and preparation, and I don't have any editing or cutting program besides Windows Movie Maker, a free program. So this is not making things easy. Who has the brightest future of the youngsters? I think Justin Compton for sure. Even more than Dallas McCarver. I think Dallas McCarver has a crazy hype, but look at Dallas McCarver's body and compare it to Justin Compton. You will see that Justin Compton is more, has more quality muscle. His body looks different. He's not only big, but has the great shape, the great lines. McCarver is still very young. He is 25 or 20 years, 26 years old. So he has a lot of time. We don't know how he will look when he's 30. So he could shock us positively, but negatively also. I just subscribed, Deniz, who said that, Shamir. Thank you, man. Greetings out to Albania. I like your videos a lot, dude. Thanks. Thanks, Jimmy, man. My thanks goes out to you. Like you see, I'm very, very tired by the fact that Boston Lloyd, future Mr. Olympia, hey, you must be kidding, man. Boston Lloyd doesn't want to compete anymore. How he could be the future Mr. Olympia? But I think Boston is still, he is a very open guy. You should respect him for that. He's no bullshitting. He tells things about the industry nobody would tell, especially the whole Rich Piana thing. Did you hear the Rich Piana thing? That he uses, when you do show some transformation, that he uses fake weights. So when the person does 500 on the video, in real life, he's maybe doing 150 or so. No, Rich Piana, no way. I mean, guys like Rich Piana, they are internet phenomena. They are very, very known, very, very hyped everywhere. I live in Germany, and even in my gym, a lot of guys, like 5 guys or so, have the 5% killer tank tops. So he's a great businessman, but bodybuilding-wise, stage-wise, no way. Have you followed the classic physique division? I saw some pictures, and I follow Dennis James. He has an awesome athlete, and I know guys like Darren Charles, IFBB pros of the past are into it too, but I don't know exactly every athlete. And I know Sadiq is doing it. Yeah, Piana is a camera addict, but in the end, Rich Piana knows what he's doing. He's very successful with what he's doing. He has a great big following. For example, at the FIBO Expo, I think Rich Piana had one of the biggest fan lines out there. So are there any more comments? We have 14 viewers. I think it will go up. For example, RX Muscle RX Muscle is much bigger than me, and I like RX Muscle a lot. They had a live stream like 1.5 hours ago and they had like 200 viewers. So of course there is room up there. Salute from Croatia. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, man. I'm in Europe too. Like I said, Germany. Ask some question on the Olympia. Follow me on Instagram at Deniz Lifestyle. It's in the title, in the video title. Don't be surprised when I look a little terrific because my laptop is somewhere else than my webcam, so I don't know where I have to look exactly, and my phone where I can see the comments and my laptop where I can see the comments is a different place. Great channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Are there any guys from Germany or near to Germany? Would be great. Are you going live comment the Miss Olympia? The thing is, are you interested in such a thing? What I think right now is I would do a thing like before the prejudging, after the prejudging, before the finals, after the finals, I will do a live stream, I think. Or maybe only after the prejudging and only after the finals, and before the finals and prejudging a video. What's your opinion about Diesha? I don't know that much about him, but I have to look up. Maybe I will do a video then. I have to look it up, sorry. Yeah, Callum McGrath, would you compete in classic physique? Like I said, someday I will upload some pictures. Personally, I'm more into old school bodybuilding, so maybe this will answer your question. Are there any more questions, guys? I need some help. You are my help. You are the guys who are asking questions and I'm answering it. We have a communication, interacting a little bit here. Do you think Phil Heath will win the 6th time? What do you think? Today I talked to a guy in the gym. He said Phil win it for sure. But I don't know. I don't know. So if you are online, if you're watching the stream, please write anything. Maybe I have something on the phone. Yeah, so on my phone, I have the live stream. So I can check the comments, and on my laptop, which is right here, I have the comments too. Yeah. So write something. Hi. Herchley is saying hi. Hi to you too. Could you do your top 10? Man, I could do it, but right now, it's probably a little bit it's a little different or a little tough because I don't have it all in my mind because I don't have any notice here. But I tell you athletes that are probably in the top 10. Okay, so let's begin. Justin Compton, we have 1 athlete, and in no particular order. Justin Compton, we have 1 athlete. Big Ramy 2, Phil Heath 3 athletes, Dexter Jackson 4 athletes, Jocelyn Torwitz 5 athletes, Kevin Leroney 6 athletes, 7 athletes, Cedric McMillan 8 athletes, Sean Roden 9 athletes, Rudy Winkler 10 athletes. So that would be probably the 10 athletes I would have in my top 10. Does that answer your question, bro? Do you think Phil Heath has improved while being the Miss Olympia? Especially in the early years, he has improved, but in the later years, he probably has improved too muscle mass-wise, but his conditioning suffered a little bit. That's a phenomenon, or how you say it in bodybuilding. Do you think Kai is coming back this year? And if so, where do you think he'll place? The thing with Kai Green is today RX Muscle did a video where they said Kai is looking like he maybe could compete at the Olympia because he's looking like a person who is doing a contest prep, and the only big contest in the next near future is the Olympia. So maybe he would shock us all. He is qualified but we don't know if he signed the contract. Last year was qualified too, but he didn't sign the contract, so he couldn't compete. So we will see. We can only speculate on this. So any more questions? I will continue to do that live stream and talk a little bit. We have 24 minutes, 25, and another 5 minutes. So Keep the questions incoming. Hopefully he will be there. Yeah, hopefully Kai will be there. But I think if you, I read something on his page, and the big goal of him is still the Mr. Olympia. So I think someday he will be there again. What do you think about the 212 Mr. O? I think Flex Lewis is doing a great job, but I think David Henry is good too, man. I'm not that guy that likes Jose's physique a lot, but Flex Lewis is probably going to win it again, I think. Would Kai win over Phil, considering Phil gotten worse since 2011 while Kai is at his best? I think the chances or the politics would be that Kai would have to look a lot better than Phil to give Kai the title. It had to be obvious, because if they would look around the same level, they probably still would give it rather Phil than Kai. Seen Bigger, Stronger, Faster documentary. Yeah. That was the first time I saw, not the first time, but first time I saw Greg Valentino talking. What do you think Kevin Levrone is using except of his genetics? I think he's using some creatine, man. What do I have to say? What do I have to say on this? His cycle. And don't be surprised if I do some weird actings. Like I say, all my electric devices are somewhere else. Keep the questions coming, man. We still have some minutes left. Follow me on Instagram, like I said, because there I will be posting more and more stuff about myself too, of course. Do you think Kevin Levrone is big enough at his point in time to compete, and do you think he will come in his best shape ever? I think he's trying to do his best, because in a video with MD, he said that even if he would know that he hadn't any chance to win the Mr. Olympia, he would still try to mentally going to win the Olympia, because if he wouldn't do such a thing with the mind, he wouldn't have any motivation to even do the contest. When you see at guys like Greg Valentino, they told a funny story that when Kevin Levrone was preparing for the contest back then, he was even sleeping on the bare ground, and around him he had guns. And one time he was so into the contest that when a guy knocked on his door, he opened the door with an AK-47 or something like that. So he was going into the contest. For him is like war. He's taking it very, very serious. How he will look, we don't know yet. What do you think about tattoos in bodybuilding? I don't have any tattoos, for example, and I don't think they look good on stage. And I mean, look at Dallas McCarver's back. Of course, with the tanning, you can hide it a little bit, but I don't think we never had a Mr. Olympia that had a tattoo, right? Who would you like to see winning this Olympia? Please answer. Man, who would I like emotionally? Of course, Kevin Levrone. Kevin Levrone even commented on one of my videos. He once subscribed to my channel. I wrote him on Instagram, and I'm Team Kevin Levrone, man. The next time I will post an IG hashtag Kevin Levrone. And I have my brother, who is a good artist. He was very young. He's in vacation now. He will come back Sunday, and I will try to convince him to do a portrait of Kevin. Dorian had tattoos, I think, on his forearm. Yeah, man, but on his forearms, that's nothing that you pose really. I mean, tattoos like on the back, on the chest, on the abs, on the legs, where it's obvious. I think the best bodybuilder right now with obvious tattoos is Roddy Winkler on his abs. Hercules. What the fuck are you talking? Kevin Levrone also. I don't know what you mean, man. You should make a wit with the Louis. I don't think that Louis would be interested because my following is much lower than his. I have like 1,000 subscribers. He has way over 100,000 subscribers, but he's hiding it, so we can't. We don't know how much he exactly has, but I think a lot. Sorry, man, I'm drinking all the time. If you could be any bodybuilder, who? Sorry. First question is, if you could be any bodybuilder, who would you be? I think I would be, in the prime time, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Which bodybuilder in the Olympia do you dislike the most? That's a good question. I don't know any of these bodybuilders personally, so I don't want to talk anything, because maybe I will talk something bad about a bodybuilder that is personally a great person, or I will talk very good of a bodybuilder that is maybe personally a fucked up person. Was just about to say that about Kevin. Steve Brown. Shout out to Steve Brown. And thank you for the guys who subscribed by seeing this live stream. Like I said, and like you can read in the title, it's Olympia Talk, but it's a random talk, so you can ask any question about any athlete who is going to compete at the Olympia, your favorite, your top 10, who you don't see in the top 10, who you don't see in the top 6, things like that. Continue to ask some questions. We already have 32 minutes. Originally, I only wanted to do 30, but maybe I will do a couple of minutes. But don't be surprised if the live stream is ending when you don't expect it, okay? When do you think Ramy is going to be on the top spot? I think Big Ramy is going to be on the top spot when he has his top conditioning. I mean, a conditioning that we never saw of him. And Ramy didn't train for a long time to get pro, so I think he needs that muscle maturity and that muscle quality, because you see the difference. If you would have it and the combination of the conditioning too, crazy, man. It would look crazy. A face to the voice. Hi Deniz. Grüßen aus Amsterdam. Grüße zurück, Martin. Simply the best. Ah ja, ich kenne dich. Ich habe schon ein paar Mal von dir gelesen. Genau. Guys, I wanted to end the live stream. If you have like 2 to 3 questions left, I will talk about it and then I will quit the live stream. Originally, I thought that it will stay online. So after the live stream, you can watch it and the guys. But are you interested in that? Do you think Phil is threatened this year? Of course. I think Phil is, like I said, maybe under the biggest pressure on his life. And he is trying to do the best he's ever done, I think. Because he has to. Because when you don't, then another champion will come up. This would be the time. He already has 5 Olympia sandals at home. Kevin Levrone thinks after this Olympia, the sport will change direction. Do you think it will, and do you think it needs to? P.S. Thanks for the shout out. I had a conversation in the gym today, and we talked about Kevin Lerone's comeback and that it's great, and that we do think that at least it could change direction, because at the Arnold Classic, and I mean, if Arnold Schwarzenegger would be the president of the IFAB, it for sure would, but we will see if it would be still. But I do think so. I think that conditioning will get more important again. Why Kai Green is not competing really? He's afraid from falling again, or what's going on? It's too long and I'm just about to quit the live stream, so maybe we'll talk about it next time. I think it would probably have us extra live stream for that. Why do you think Kai has avoided signing the contract? Like I said, we probably need an extra live stream for that, bros. So thank you for all the watches. Can I get a salute for my back muscles? Bro, you could get, but I don't see the pictures. But right now I see it. You have a great back. You have a great back. Hercules is. So, guys, follow me on Instagram at Deniz Lifestyle. Subscribe to my channel. This was the first live stream I ever did on this channel. And I will do many more in the future. So stay tuned. Dankeschön. Yeah, it would be Dankeschön, but I understand you. Have a nice day. Bye. Now I have to quit the live stream. So, bye.